Hello, Aquarius, and welcome to Indigo Rising Tarot. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope you're having a great day. I hope your new year is getting off to a good start. We are entering a 1 year in the year of in the numerology for the year, and I'm already seeing the changes, not only personally and my friends, family, or me around me, neighbors, the world. It's going to be a year, ones are about new beginnings and new things. And I just feel like we're all going to be on the edge of our seats, and I can feel the energy and I'm seeing things change already. So if you are feeling that too and seeing that, please leave a comment and let me know. Let me know that I'm not alone seeing that, Aquarius. So anyway, I've just already noticed the new things happening. So this will be your weekly reading for the week of January 11th through the 17th. And during that time, we have a third quarter moon that comes in. And third quarter is a really good time for reflection, but it's also a time that we're just at our full potential, in the cycle. We're achieving those things that we set out to do with the new moon. We're getting rid of negativity and we're just kind of buckling down and working on those things and letting things come to fruition. We then move into the waning crescent, which is also very stable and calm, but it's a time for us to start thinking maybe a little bit, be a little more self reflective and think, okay, what are we going to change or start for the new moon when that comes up? So, because that's right around the bend. So, we start kind of thinking about those things. So, keep those moon energies in mind as we move through the week. This will be an intuitive general reading for the energies that you may or may not encounter, Aquarius. So, as always, please take what resonates and leave what doesn't on the table for someone else. And your overall message for this reading: conclusions are within reach. And I just love the art on that card. I think these moon cards are so pretty. All right, conclusions are within reach for you, Aquarius. So whatever you've been going through, some conclusions are headed your way. Probably new beginnings as well. It's really been a theme in even the tarot this week for everyone. So, as I'm shuffling, my fun weekly reminder is that you notice the synchronicities around you today when it comes to, maybe numbers or repeating numbers, maybe an animal that you encounter. I know we heard coyotes here the other night, and it makes me think, okay, what's going on in my life that I need to use that coyote energy on, So that's how I use the animal synchronicity. It might be a song that you overhear, a conversation that you overhear, but there's always these little clues, and there's so many ways that synchronicities can appear. That's a few examples, but pay attention to those because they really are your breadcrumbs. That the universe is saying, "Hey, look over here, come this way." So once you see them, it's good to follow them and be like, "Okay, I'll come that way. What's going on over here?" All right, let's get right into this reading then. Aquarius, January 11th through the 17th. Conclusions are within reach. Your present energy is the Temperance card, one of my favorite cards in the deck also. This is balance, and if there's a devil on your shoulder, this is the angel that's on the other side going, "No, everything's good." This is the protector. This is accomplishing things and things coming to fruition and fulfillment, but it's just that nice calm balance that you feel when you're at a conclusion point. So that's a good energy there for you. Your current situation is the Fool. So once again, I think I've seen this in the last 3 readings that I've done, maybe even some before that. It's just about new beginnings. So there's some conclusion and it's going to set you right off onto a new path. So whatever that might be, this could be really any area of your life where there's just a new journey. So I like that. And it's just the time of year. And like I said, I'm noticing that in everyone around me. Just new things are happening all the time. At the root of your situation is the Strength card. I think I just had this card in the same position for, let's see, was it Capricorn, maybe Sagittarius? One of the readings I just did. You're feeling strong right now. Pay attention to this infinity symbol also. I just had a reading that had a lot, and it is an 8 card. So, eights are really about kind of the flow of things and how um, things come and things go, but there's just an ever flow to it, right? But pay attention to that. That's just about, really being strong in your mind. Um, about something as you have a new start here. So, very strong, very balanced, and ready to take on new things. I really love this reading so far. In your recent past, as you've been hard at work at something here with the 8 of Pentacles. Let me also say that now we also have two eights on the table. So you might want to look up angel number 88 and we'll see if more pop out. Yeah, that's a very lucky number, 8. Again, that infinity. So I feel that, that flow, that things come and things go. And if you have a conclusion, things conclude, and then you've got a new beginning. And there's just, I'm really feeling that flow in this reading, the flow of the temperance who's, she's got one foot on dry land and one foot in the water. And she's, really pouring that water back and forth. And now with 2 8, I'm just really feeling that for you. There's a flow to things for you. What is on your mind this week is the Three of Swords. So some sort of disappointment. There might be something that you've been going through that you're kind of managing. It's on your mind. Maybe you're ruminating a little bit about it, and it's time to really release negativity. So if it's something that happened and it's in your past, you really need to try to find a way to not be ruminating and thinking about it all the time. This could be just the ending of something, the ending of a relationship or a friendship, or that maybe the ending of a job, something. But a little advice on that is if you are ruminating on it, you need to think of that situation and try to think of the very first time in your life, even this might even be early childhood, where you felt that feeling. Maybe if it's a feeling of loss or a feeling of betrayal, try to go back in time. And when you heal that childhood feeling of that, it really helps with the current feelings. It's almost like the universe will keep presenting things to you until you learn the lesson. So that's just kind of that inner alchemy that you need to do. So take yourself back in time, meditate a little bit, and find when was the first time I felt this way that I'm feeling if you're having trouble letting go of it. And that should help you let go and move on from it and start your new journey. Because who wants to be stuck in the quagmire of, of negative thoughts? You need to really, really release that and learn how to release it. What is just ahead of you this week is enjoying the fruits of your labor. And that could be the labor of letting go, that labor of letting go of something that is, again, ruminating. I mean, we've all done it. And once I learned the secret to that is to really go back and heal that initial core wound. That has been amazing for me because it keeps you from it really keeps the universe from presenting it to you again. You're kind of done with it. You get to move on, of course, and learn new things, but that particular thing, you're done. It's like you learned the lesson. All right, in your advice position, Page of Pentacles. So the advice is to, go ahead and have the new path when it comes to, in this case, something material. This could be a new job. This could be a new side gig. This could be something changing in your living situation, but it's to embrace the new. The advice, you're on this new journey. Some of you might be moving. Some of you might be just rearranging your house. You might be painting and improving things and making some improvement somewhere, but it's to move forward and enjoy that new feeling, right? What is beyond your control this week is the Three of Wands. So now we've got 2 3. So I want you to look up 88 and also 33. And Three of Wands is about new ventures. So of course, with your Fool card, that goes hand in hand with that. But this also may be about travel as well. So there may be something new on the horizon. And it looks like you need to embrace it. Maybe even like at your job, someone wants you to go travel and do a thing, and you're a little like, oh, really, am I gonna do that? A little having a little trepidation about it, but do it. And maybe thinking about a vacation or a trip, or a friend says, hey, let's go on this trip together. So definitely embrace those new things, and it's kind of beyond your control to have that kind of presented to you this week, which is fun. I like that. What is your secret desire, or what you're trying to avoid, is the Seven of Wands, which is feeling like you against the world. And I don't know if that's anyone's secret desire. So you might be trying to avoid that. And you might just be trying to avoid conflict or avoid feeling that. Maybe as you let this thing go, whatever this disappointment was for you, maybe let that go, and maybe this feeling dissipates a little bit for you. But that'll be a big question, is do you want to feel like you against the world this week, or do you not want to? And what's stopping you either way from either of those answers? In your outcome position is the Ace of Pentacles. So lots of new pentacle things coming your way, new materially type things. The Ace of Pentacles, where this is about kind of a new path here. The Ace is definitely some new financial opportunity. So watch around for those job listings, or if someone's tapping you on the shoulder, hey, we need you to come work over here. It might be something that's kind of saying yes, that you might need to think about that and keep that on the table at least. What is hidden from you this week, Aquarius? is the Chariot. So the Chariot is about gathering information to make a move, and that's hidden from you this week. So you're on this new journey, and it might just be that you have a clear path ahead. This is maybe a new job opportunity, something that's going on that's very new for you. Of course, you're thinking about, new ventures and new travel things. So it might be just opening up doors for you. So that's pretty awesome. I think that's a really great positive reading. Again, conclusions are within reach. So I think that probably involves the thing that is on your mind. Just you need to figure out how to alchemize that and just, get to the bottom of it. Get to where you conclude it. Again, if it's something that is in your past that's been going on, it just kind of keeps coming up in your mind. And even if you're like, oh, I'm having fun, and all of a sudden, ugh, it just comes in there. And I know it can be a little bit intrusive sometimes, but if you, even if you just go look up maybe a meditation to kind of alchemize that and learn how to go in and just look up for core wound and learn how to heal those core wounds so that that one at least can get healed. Don't worry, there's more coming. You're not, that's life. We learn a little bit and then we get a new situation that comes up that we get to learn from. So, all right, let's get to a final message here, Aquarius, from the Soul Oracle deck. Final word for you is to make better choices. So we could all learn from that card, right? So, and maybe this is about some choice that you made in the past, and when you learn that, you will make better choices. It's inevitable because you're gonna be able to see a situation and be like, I've been there already, not doing that again. So it just leads you to make better choices. What does Aquarius need to do in the way of self-care this week? Self-care for Aquarius, and your card is abundance, which I'm not surprised with 2 8s on the table. Again, 2 8s, and let's look up angel number 33 also. Abundance. And also, I wanted to say that when we said threes, this is $3 here. So just saying. And that's a number I've been seeing an awful lot of too, is 333. Okay, back to this card. Being a thoughtful steward for the money you already have is the secret to creating more abundance. When you trust yourself to handle more, that's when more shows up. So, are you being a thoughtful steward for the money and the things that you've been working at? Or are you enjoying the fruits of your labor a little bit much? Should you be kind of reeling things in? Sometimes it's good to be frugal, to be saving money. There might be things in your future. There might be a trip that you want to do that you need to save the money for, and just be a responsible steward of the money that you're making. So, Aquarius, thank you so much for being here with me. I do hope there was something in this reading that you can take away and use in your life this week. If you're comfortable sharing, of course, drop me a comment down below. Let me know if anything here resonated. Or if you have questions, I'd be happy to answer those as well. Also, if you like my reading style, please hit the like and subscribe button. It really helps my channel, and I appreciate that so, so much. But more importantly, it'll help you find me next week. So thanks so much, Aquarius, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.